In this video, we are going to be turning this Lego modular building into this Lego modular building. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. It has come due for me to finally do some significant updates to what was actually a 9-year-old Lego modular building. As you know, every year Lego keeps rolling out new pieces, new colors, everything that just enhances the building experience, and it came due. Time to completely tear this thing down, gut it, and rebuild it into something new.
And here is the finished product, a 2-story brownstone art deco themed modular building. This modular building takes inspiration from 2 previously released Lego Friends sets. To the right, we have the 41093 Heartlake City Hair Salon, which was released back in 2015. And to the left, we have the 42618 Heartlake City Cafe, which was released much more recently in the summer of 2024. Both of these adaptations have come with significant changes to the exteriors and the interiors of the original sets. This building combines a couple of Americana and South Florida building styles together, with a bit of classic brownstone effect on the left-hand side with hints of art deco architecture, and on the right a more direct SoBe style answer. And also, true to some of Miami's form, it does have the feeling of having one building be stitched onto another. Now, I would love to have an even 16 and 16, but in order to do the brownstone, if I were to go 16 studs, you would lose the right hand side one wide brick, which would make the building look very awkward. So having it 17 studs on the left and 16 studs on the right with a little bit of a lip over here does complete the polished look of the building, but also creates a story element that we have this building being added to another building. Very common in South Florida. As the barbershop insignia implies, we see that the original Heartlake City Hair Salon continues to maintain its purpose as a barbershop, providing cosmetology to the folks of the cosmopolitan city of Miami. How important. Now, this adaptation features many more features than you will find in the original set, a much more fully decked out interior hair spa, and several additional amenities that allow folks to look as perfect as possible. Now on the left, we have a complete transformation for the original Heartlake City Cafe. On the bottom, you won't really see it clearly based on the exterior, but there is a tattoo shop inside there, and on the top, an artist's studio. So we will get into those details as to what's inside the building, but first, let's talk about what is outside the building. Fundamentally, this building should be an in-between or non-corner unit, which will allow you to put buildings to the right and to the left to form a complete street. However, should the need arise, having these windows here and this round window here can allow this building to also serve as a corner unit. Therefore, I will allow the term hybrid corner to be born here. And in fact, in Miami, it is not atypical to see buildings like this act as corners, whereas you would find either a side street, alleyway, or parking lot on this side. I will first address the color scheme choices of this building and why these 2 buildings go very well together. As you can see, I have my Lego color wheel with the primary and secondary colors here, and a subset of it zooming into the yellow-purple contrast and the red and green contrast. And guess what kind of lies in between? Yellowish-green and dark pink, which is sort of like a magenta. Not exactly magenta, but close enough that the colors go very well together. Several pieces have come out since 2015 that made me want to reshape the exterior of the building. A lot of these curved pieces have been added, not this one. This has been around for a while, and this one came from the set. But the curved tiles, semicircle pieces here, and the swirly piece are relatively new. And also, recently in Pick-a-Brick, I picked up a number of the Palisade bricks, which I thought are very nifty when it comes to this art deco design. And having these scissors affixed to the glass window on the second floor of the building will give this a little bit of a modern take on a classic building styles. While the side will generally not be exposed as this building is combined, you can see the heavy use of spring yellowish-green masonry bricks. So I was very fortunate to acquire these through the lug bulk service that is provided to recognized LEGO users group. Ordered a bulk quantity of spring yellowish-green and immediately made the decision to pair this up with the pieces from the LEGO Friends set that came out in the summer of that year. And I might have gotten a little bit lazy with the rooftop design here for the brownstone portion of the building, but folks that have built the Grand Emporium may recognize this from the set with a couple of different additions, such as the semicircular tiles on top of the building. I feel like this works out pretty well. I didn't want to make the back of the building too boring, so I added a little bit of a garden, which will probably receive more plants in the future, and an AC unit on the back of the building with adjoining windows in case this remains a linear unit. I reused the AC unit from the original build from 2015 that you saw being deconstructed at the beginning of this video, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And added a skylight to provide an additional source of light when displaying this build publicly. This might also aid in the blow drying process. I will say there is plenty more going on inside than there is outside, so let's open our door and have a look inside. In the true spirit of a LEGO modular building, this building does break up into 5 quasi-playable pieces. Let's lift this up very gently since it's attached by studs, revealing the interiors of both floors and both sides of the building. This last one you have to be a little careful. There is a bonsai tree rubbing against the back, and reveal the first floor of this modular building. So naturally, when I looked at the color scheme that came in the LEGO Friends Cafe, I thought the combination of spring yellowish-green and black was perfect. And if it were to be done, it would be very well executed in doing something to the effect of like a gym, maybe an art studio, or rather a tattoo studio or a tattoo shop. So I've done just that and kind of improvised the details, going for prints of abstracted snakes, skull and crossbones, and dragons on the side wall as like a little display piece, a little heart and a gem there. You have like a little bit of a cabinet there with some paints back there, and really just other very miscellaneous details back there. But the main feature of this is the 2 chairs that are used for the business end of the tattoo shop, where the artist does the inscriptions onto the person's, say, legs, as you see here. It's the character that is very fitting for this. I added some shorts so that simulates the rolling up action that you need to do in order to get the tattoo actually imprinted. And as usual with any business, there's going to be like a little cash desk, so I did a very basic version of that using a sign piece, a grill tile, and a little succulent on the side over there. A few more pattern tiles there, and I'm not sure if they're visible, but where needed, maybe we'll have some mirrors to show the actual work being done. So we have our creator's studio on the second floor. Nice little sketchbook, light stand, ink, and coffee mug there with an inscription on the wall. This came from the 90s, but seems pretty artsy-fartsy, so why not include it here. A couple knickknacks here just for fun, a snake and a basketball. A couple personal references to a couple friends of mine in the past. And on the right, we have the office space of the person that owns this building. So you can say that the person that owns the tattoo shop and hair salon has his personal office here. So we have a little Star Wars decoration on the wall, bookshelf on the left, complete desk and drawers on the right, and a flower vase with fall colors over here. So just a pretty standard interior for this space, but at least it fills it out pretty nicely. Interestingly enough, in order to access the space, you do have to go through the hair salon shown here, and we will go through the details of this next. So we have a bonsai tree and parrot on the second floor, and come down the stairs to the entry area and the waiting room on the first floor. So here's the waiting area with a couple chairs, a flower vase, and some hair pieces on display for those walking by outside, as well as a couple chemicals like shampoo, conditioner, etc. for sale on the wall. So this is very similar to hair cuttery and kind of borrowed from the previous rendition, which was a single-story modular building built almost 10 years ago. Going to the left, we see our hair salon suites and the business end of this building. So the stylist is cutting this man's hair. He doesn't look too thrilled to receive the haircut, but it's definitely going to be an upgrade to that Beetle style hair piece that he has over there. And a lot of accessories included here, makeshift drawers, and on the back the usual commissary of a refrigerator, espresso machine, and some glasses. And this is kind of based of a luxury hair salon that I've been to in Coconut Grove, which had alcohol, coffee, and tea available for the guests and clients of that space. Cash desk on the left hand side and a little decoration here with a small pond, making this feel a little more therapeutic, and the stairs that go to the second floor, which allows us entry into the creative studio that I explained earlier. So we'll put this back and you can see the seamless or relatively seamless entry into there via the second floor. Since I chose to use the facade of the brownstone building to create that middle wall, I leave this side quite open, which allows us a nice look at the second story interior of the hair salon. So behind the bonsai tree, we have our shampooing station with the appropriate shampoos and liquids stored above on a hanging cubby hole, which is attached to the wall. That's why if you look carefully outside, you can see the gray stripe back here supporting that. So it's nice to use the 2x2 with 2-stud tile piece, which has been introduced after the original version of the hair salon has been done. You see that at the beginning of this video being torn apart. And next to the shampoo station is the complement to it, the blow dry station. This is a completely new addition. Dark brown chairs and a minifig reading a book while she is getting her hair dried. And this is also conveniently placed so that you can have a skylight, maybe aiding in the drying process, maybe if the sun is high enough above, or that might mess it up, I don't know. The cart that came in the Lego Friends set is actually positioned there kind of sort of static, so it doesn't keep moving around when I move the building around to displays. Small flower arrangement here and a clock over there to remind people what time it is. So all in all, we have ourselves a fun and exquisite modular building that will lend itself to be a valuable display piece at future LEGO events. And more importantly, I hope it inspires you to build something that can offer as much or even more fun. I hope you have enjoyed this inside tour of my hair salon and tattoo shop, otherwise known as the Looks Lab. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. And if you have any thoughts, feel free to share them in the comments below. Make sure you leave a like on this video. And if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to Brick Me Mar for more LEGO content. From HQ, where we are able to walk in and come out of this building with a fresh new look, this is Dr. Toga, out.